two things that we talk about relatively frequently, but normally not together. Is we are going to head to the baseball diamond, but we're going to talk about a baseball brawl, if you will, as mayhem at a college baseball game in Greenville after a batter's celebrations resulted in ejections, where coaches and a mom in the stands all got involved, featuring the Mercer Bears and Sanford outfielder Michael Gupton hit a 2-run homer. And you know what? We could just take a look at some of the different pictures here that go with it. Mom got involved too. Like, what a very unique stories. We also, let me scroll back up here so we take a look at it. Making his way around the bases, appeared to shout something at some players before touching home plate. Then the shortstop was just not feeling it whatsoever. Makes a beeline before being held back. Member of the team's coaching staff gets involved. Just insanity that you normally don't see on a baseball field. And you know what? It's almost amusing to me a little bit too, because we joke about basketball players. They don't fight. They just pretend to. Well, these baseball players, they're ready to throw hands. I'm glad nobody got too far out there, but it's very interesting to see that all the talk about baseball, we're like, no bat flip. So it's a very traditionalist sport. And then something like this kind of almost leads to a brawl. So Kelcey, I'm kind of curious on your thoughts as you brought this one up to us earlier.
Yeah, this one is hilarious. So I actually was watching the highlights of it on Saturday night, and this was in the SoCon semifinals, so the game before the championship game. And Sanford, who is, by the way, in Birmingham, Alabama, and then Mercer, which is East Georgia in Macon, is two teams that you don't necessarily think of when you think of powerhouses, but they're kind of that sub tier of D1 colleges that aren't like Power 5, aren't Group of 6, that are still really good when it comes to baseball, because they get a lot of guys that don't go to your Power 5s and everything, who are trying to make their way in the league. But this is one that I loved this story when this happened, because Mercer, in response, by the way, to all of that drama from the Sanford player talking all the smack, pulled their team off of the field. So for 30 minutes, this game was delayed because Mercer refused to enter the field until there were ejections. The shortstop, a pitching coach, and then a player for a coach and player for Mercer, the shortstop for Mercer and a coach were ejected immediately. The mother for the shortstop for Mercer was ejected, which is the most hilarious part to me, because like, if my baby's gone, I'm going with him, is basically what I just saw. And then on top of that, later on in the game, there's another two players ejected, or a player and a coach ejected, and a coach was warned, as was a player warned, for actions on the field, which to me is absolutely hilarious, because that just goes to show you how important these tournaments are for these teams. And you don't see it covered anywhere else. This is, honestly, how many people even saw this story? I doubt there's a lot. The fact is, I love this because this pops up on AL.com and things where I'm obviously from Alabama, so I get a lot of those notifications still. And it is hilarious when I see something like this, where you just talked about it. It's a traditional sport. You don't talk smack. There's unwritten rules. You don't do this. You don't do that. You don't do anything. Well, the thing I find hilarious about this is the shortstop actually started by talking smack to his own bench as he's rounding first base. The problem was he continued it around second, and the shortstop didn't like it, so he started jawing at him, and they actually, went toe-to-toe, essentially. And then the shortstop, the hitter, continued around the bases and was talking smack then to Mercer's dugout, who was also talking back to him. And that was the part where I'm like, guys, if you just let him talk smack to his own bench, it wouldn't have been a problem. He's the one getting ejected. We're done. This is an end of conversation. We're done. Mercer's shortstop got butt hurt. Mercer's head coach got butt hurt. Mercer's pitching coach got butt hurt. And so now you have a whole team being pulled off. And it's just like, guys, baseball is the most dramatic sport when it has nothing to do with the actual sport being played. It just has everything to do with talking smack and jawing and having fun. It just seems like nobody likes to make baseball fun anymore, as Bryce Harper used to say. And it's moments like this, you do see somebody go a little too far. I don't agree with the hitter, and I don't think he should have talked smack to the other team. But I don't hate the fact that he was talking smack to his own bench. Like, get up, this is my show. Like, yeah, that makes sense. But then you don't talk smack to the other team. But yeah, no, I thought this was crazy, and I needed to draw attention to it in some way, shape, or form. It's just one of those wild situations where you don't see it very often, and especially at the college level, you really don't see it. And that was the part I was like, this is amazing.